Across the Middle East, millions of people openly oppose Israel. Large protests often erupt whenever tensions rise between Israel and Palestinians. Yet something surprising happens behind the scenes. Several Arab governments cooperate with Israel politically, economically, and even in security matters. Some countries have even signed peace agreements and normalized relations. So this raises an important question. If many citizens in the region oppose Israel, why do some Arab governments choose to work with it? To understand this, we need to look beyond emotions and examine the deeper geopolitical realities shaping the Middle East. Public opinion in the Arab world has been shaped by decades of conflict between Israel and its neighbors. One of the earliest turning points was the Arab-Israeli War of 1948, which followed the creation of Israel. For many Arabs, this event marked the beginning of a long and painful conflict. Over the following decades, several wars reinforced these sentiments. The Six-Day War of 1967 dramatically reshaped the region when Israel captured territories including the West Bank, Gaza, and East Jerusalem. Later, the Yom Kippur War of 1973 again brought major Arab and Israeli forces into direct confrontation. These conflicts left deep emotional and political scars across the region. As a result, strong public support for the Palestinian cause remains common in many Arab societies. But public opinion is only one part of the equation. Governments often make decisions based on strategic calculations rather than public sentiment. Governments in the Middle East often focus on three priorities. First is national security. Second is economic stability. And third is political survival. While citizens may express strong views about international issues, leaders must also consider threats to their own governments and borders. This is one reason why some Arab countries gradually opened diplomatic relations with Israel. In 2020, several countries signed agreements known as the Abraham Accords, normalizing relations with Israel. Countries such as the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and Morocco formally established diplomatic ties. These agreements were not only about politics, they also included economic cooperation, trade, tourism, and technology partnerships. To many governments, these agreements offered opportunities for economic development and regional stability. But another factor also played a major role in reshaping alliances in the Middle East. That factor is Iran. For many Arab governments, Iran is viewed as a major regional competitor. Iran has expanded its influence across several parts of the Middle East. It has close ties with political and military groups in countries such as Lebanon, Iraq, Syria, and Yemen. Groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon and the Houthis in Yemen are often described as part of Iran's broader regional network. This expansion of influence has raised concerns among several Arab states. Some governments worry that Iran's growing presence could destabilize their own security environment. Because of this, certain countries quietly see Israel as a potential strategic partner in countering Iranian influence. Although these partnerships are often not highly publicized, intelligence cooperation and security dialogue have increased in recent years. This does not mean political differences have disappeared, but it shows how geopolitical interests can reshape alliances. Some observers ask an important question. If public opinion is strongly against Israel in many Arab countries, could popular uprisings force governments to change their policies? History offers some clues. In 2011, a wave of protests known as the Arab Spring spread across several countries including Egypt, Libya, Syria, and Yemen. Millions of people demanded political change. Some governments fell, while others survived by reforming or strengthening their security systems. But even during these massive uprisings, foreign policy did not always change dramatically. Governments that survived often continued their previous alliances. This illustrates an important point. Domestic protests do not automatically translate into major geopolitical shifts. Foreign policy is often driven by long-term strategic calculations. The politics of the Middle East often operate on two different levels. On one level, there is public opinion shaped by history, identity, and regional conflicts. On another level, there are strategic decisions made by governments concerned with security, economics, and survival. Understanding this difference helps explain why some Arab governments cooperate with Israel despite strong public opposition. The region remains complex, and alliances continue to evolve. But one thing is certain: in geopolitics, decisions are rarely driven by emotions alone. They are shaped by power, interests, and long-term strategy.